Esteemed ministers, respected representatives of the Turkish Ministry of Industry and Technology, the Ministry of Trade, and the Nigerian Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, honorable executives of GISPER and the NTBC, distinguished guests. Good afternoon to everyone joining us for digital event of the Nigeria-Türkiye Shipbuilding and Maritime Showcase and Forum 2026, supported by the Turkish Ministry of Industry and Technology and hosted on the Damiset digital platform. I'm both honored and humbled to serve as one of the moderators of the second of 4 gatherings titled High-Level Government Dialogue, Strategic Priorities for Maritime Cooperation. This initiative has been made possible through the invaluable support and guidance of the Ministry, whose contributions have been instrumental in bringing this project to life. Allow me to briefly outline today's program. We will begin by watching GISPER's corporate video, followed by the opening remarks delivered by the distinguished ambassadors of both countries. Thereafter, honorable ministers and senior government officials from Turkey and Nigeria will share their strategic perspectives on shipbuilding and maritime cooperation for the years ahead. The ministerial session will be followed by a roundtable discussion involving key industry stakeholders, before concluding with closing remarks from GISPER and the NTBC. We will now present a short introductory video showcasing GISPER capabilities and contributions to the shipbuilding industry.
Innovative welding technologies in shipbuilding. Innovative and environmentally friendly applications. Decarbonization in shipyard region. With a sense of social and environmental responsibility, Turkish Shipbuilders Association supports Posidonia oceanica, planting to preserve the lungs of the sea. Göcek area. High-capacity modern shipyards. One of the world's largest floating docks. Nearly 100 members. Tugboats, offshore supply vessels, fishing vessels, chemical tankers, and yacht building. High new shipbuilding capacity. High ship maintenance and repair capacity. High retrofit capacity. leader in yacht building.
As Nigeria and Turkey work together, to shape the future of the blue economy, fleet modernization, and maritime industrial development, I believe the broader vision of this partnership can best be articulated by the ambassadors of our two nations. It is therefore my pleasure to first invite His Excellency Mehmet Poroy, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey to Nigeria, to deliver his remarks. Your Excellency, the floor is yours. I believe at this time we are having a technical problem. Ambassador Poroy disconnected. Now I can see he is back online. And Honorable Ambassador Mehmet Poroy, the floor is yours. If you are able to hear me, please connect at this time. Yes, we can see you at this time, Honorable Ambassador. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. There was a problem of connection. I think, I hope everyone can hear me. Sometimes we have connection problem here. So good afternoon, everyone, distinguished participants. I am honored to be the speaker to start this dialogue and online meeting. I think I hope a very successful meeting. As everyone who participated to that session knows, Turkey and Nigeria are both important maritime countries in their region. Nigeria has a coast of approximately 850 kilometers, while Turkey's coastline is almost 9,000 kilometers. So we are both maritime countries. We can say that clearly. Regarding our bilateral relations, we had a very historical visit from Nigeria to Turkey. That is the visit of His Excellency Mr. President visit to Turkey at the beginning of this year. We believe that this visit has marked a new era in our bilateral relationship in many different areas, including defense, trade, education, diaspora policies, and media. And since then, we have been strengthening our cooperation in all these areas. On the other hand, given the importance of maritime trade for both countries, I believe that increasing the number of joint projects and initiatives in the blue economy sector would also be mutually beneficial for both Nigeria and Turkey. In addition to the cooperation in maritime transportation, fisheries, port development and management, protection of marine ecosystems, and shipbuildings are also areas in which I see a very fruitful cooperation opportunities. We have already a fruitful meeting with the Nigerian Shippers Council to discuss possible areas of cooperation. And on the other hand, I believe that this very forum will provide an excellent platform for actors from both sides to discover. The Turkish Embassy, we are always open to engagements that will facilitate the interactions between firms and individuals, which will benefit both countries. I thank Turkish Shipbuilders Association and Nigeria Turkey Business Council for this remarkable initiative, and I wish a very successful event for all the participants, both from Nigeria and from Turkey, and I thank all of them for their participation to that important meeting. Thank you very much. Teşekkür ediyorum. Konuşmamı tamamladım. Bilmiyorum.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ambassador. We really appreciate your contribution and your short introduction of the status of the relationship and the maritime outlook for Nigeria and Turkey relations. I think we are going to now turn to Ambassador Abdullahi Madobi, but he's going to connect very soon. And I just would like to turn one more time to Ambassador Mehmet Poroy, if he would like to add anything on top of what he already contributed to. As we are looking forward to seeing more from Ambassador Abdullahi Madobi, and I can see right now he's online. So I would like to give floor to His Excellency Abdullahi Madobi, Minister Consular of the Embassy of Nigeria in Turkey, to deliver his remarks. Your Excellency, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I'm sincerely grateful for the opportunity to join you in this all-important session. All protocol duly observed. I don't know, I don't have details of the people that are already on. So I'm saying good afternoon to ladies and gentlemen, and I'm grateful that I'm with you. It is a great honor for me to be in this session on the Nigeria-Turkey Shipbuilding and Maritime Showcase and Forum 2026, a veritable platform for exchange of business ideas, as well as the facilitation of building an enduring partnership between our two brotherly countries. The high-level participation of public and private sectors from our respective countries is a testament to our determination to bolster the thriving relations existing between Nigeria and Turkey. Nigeria and Turkey shares many similarities, including resilient economies, entrepreneurial populations, strategic geographical location, and strong determination to shape our economic futures. Today's gathering aims to explore the opportunities, abundant opportunities that are in blue economy, particularly the shipbuilding sector, which is the backbone of international trade, exploration of marine resources, maritime security, and a host of other endeavors for sustainable development. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the sustained growth in relations between Nigeria and Turkey, many opportunities remain untapped, including in the sectors of agriculture, energy, digital economy, garment and textile, and of course, the blue economy. This session, therefore, offers a platform for us to harness and make concrete use of the incentives and the strategic advantages that can motivate our businesses and government to deepen collaboration in this all-important sector of shipbuilding. Ladies and gentlemen and excellencies, at this juncture, I would like to reiterate our determination as partners. I would like to reiterate to our partners from Turkey that Nigeria offers the largest market in Africa, a youthful population, and energetic as well as abundant natural resources, and expanding opportunities across multiple sectors. Similarly, Nigerian businesses offer for Turkey for Nigerian businesses. For Nigerian businesses, Turkey represents a gateway to Europe and Asia with globally recognized expertise across all sectors, and above all, a willingness to cooperate with us as partners and a defendable a nation and people who are ready to do business with Nigerians. Consequently, I encourage all participants to approach this session with openness, vision, and a commitment to a long-term cooperation for the development of our countries. Our part as the Embassy of Nigeria representing the government of Nigeria here in Turkey, we will establish a follow-up mechanism to ensure that the connections you are able to make during this session are translated into concrete business projects and tangible investment opportunities. Hello?
Yes, you're online, Ambassador.
Oh,
we
good.
can hear you.
I also want to commend the contributions of the Nigeria-Turkey Business Council, as well as the contributions of Nigeria-Turkey Business Council for the efforts you have been making, not only in the sector of shipbuilding, but other sectors. The last time we had this similar forum was on livestock. Today we are talking on shipbuilding, and I'm sure next time it may be on garment and textile, which is also very important, and it offers a very lucrative returns for those who might be interested in investing in Nigeria in particular, and working with Turkey because of the Turkish industrial advancement in that sector. I really commend the NTBC for the good work you have been doing, and I believe that with the support of our political leaders, as we are all aware, they have agreed and encourage us to work together to ensure that the target of $5 billion trade volume between our two countries is attained. I'm very sure with this...
Dear Ambassador, could you please turn on your camera?
To reach that level. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate the opportunity you have given me to join you in this session. And I hope that we will attain our goals of attaining 5 billion USD trade volume between Nigeria and Turkey. Thank you very much once again. And I'm very sorry for the hitches before I join you in the session. Thank you very much.
Well, we thank you, Ambassador. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Now we are coming online at this time. Thank you, both ambassadors, for their thought-provoking and their insightful remarks. We greatly appreciate your perspectives and your commitment to strengthening maritime cooperation between our countries. During this, kind of televised interaction, of course, sometimes it is possible to have connection problems, or sometimes we may turn off our cameras, or the mic could be left muted. So this is the technical reality of today. But I believe our ambassadors have greatly contributed to what we have already heard, and out of their contribution, I just would like to now turn to our next session. And having concluded our opening session, I would like to hand over to my fellow moderator, Professor Murat Caner Testik, who will lead the ministerial session. But before that, I just would like to make sure that he's online and he's also able to connect perfectly. So just would like to check that with the help of our technical team. Dear Professor, are you online and are you able to connect at this time? The next session will be starting soon with the participation of our governmental leaders, both from Turkish side and the Nigerian side. Now, if I may, I would like to give the floor to you. The floor is yours, dear Professor.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, let me start my video.
Now you're visible.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Staroğlu. Good afternoon, everybody. Honorable ministers, distinguished leaders, and respected delegates, it's a privilege to moderate this ministerial session on strategic priorities for maritime cooperation between Nigeria and Turkey. We are convening today across a digital platform, the Mises platform, where digital showcase is also available to develop sustainable business partnerships. In this session, we will hear directly from government and institutional leadership regarding the strategic policy, trade, and infrastructure frameworks shaping our bilateral partnership. To ensure we stay on schedule, please let me remark that each speaker is scheduled for 5 minutes to deliver their remarks. To open our strategic presentations, I'm pleased to give the floor to Mr. Mehmet Elbir, Head of Department, General Directorate of Exports at the Ministry of Trade of Turkey. Mr. Elbir, please proceed. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Distinguished panelists and guests, esteemed colleagues and maritime enthusiasts, welcome everyone. I'm Mehmet Elbir. I'm head of department for shipbuilding industry in Ministry of Trade. First of all, I would like to sincerely thank everyone who contributed to the organization of this event. Today, we are gathered here to shape and discuss the strategic future of two rising powers on the global maritime map. The data before us tells us a remarkable, striking, and complementary story. When we look at the trade map data, Turkey ranked 28 globally in 2018 with $900 million in exports in shipbuilding, driven by a disciplined engineering push, customized special purpose vessel manufacturing, and a vision for green technology. Turkey boosted its exports to $3 billion by 2025. Means climbing from 28th place in the world to the 10th place of the world. This proves just how our shipbuilding industry adaptable, innovative, and globally competitive. On the other side, when we look to Nigeria, we have Nigeria, one of the West Africa's largest economies with vast maritime jurisdiction. In 2018, Nigeria ranked sixth globally with 3.4 billion in ship and maritime vessel imports. By 2025, we observed these imports contracting to around $500 million. This decline tells us one clear thing: Nigeria no longer wishes to rely solely on foreign acquisitions, import, I mean. Instead, it aims to manage its maritime security, logistics, and offshore energy through sustainable, cost-effective models that incorporate technology transfer. By the way, we can also see that Nigeria climbed as high as ninth place in the global export rankings in certain years, such as 2019. So what picture emerged when we bring these two data sets together? A clear strategic synergy at the intersection of Nigeria's needs and Turkey's capabilities. We should develop our cooperation across four main pillars. The first one is joint production and technology transfer. It is beyond the sales. Nigeria's ambition to reduce direct imports is not an obstacle for Turkish shipyards. On the contrary, it is our greatest opportunity. Rather than exporting finished vessels alone, Turkey should offer technology transfer through the modernization of local Nigerian shipyards, the establishment of modern maintenance and repair docking facilities, and local assembly models also. This will serve Nigeria's self-reliance goals while providing a continuous market for the Turkish marine equipment industry. The second pillar, we can say, the blue economy and special purposes vessels. Nigeria's massive offshore oil and gas fields require strong offshore support vessels and coastal patrol craft. Türkiye, meanwhile, is a world-leading custom-built manufacturer in this segment, producing everything from ferries and tugboats to fishing vessels and specialized service craft. Turkey's flexible, high-spec shipbuilding capacity can directly fulfill Nigeria's needs to secure the Gulf of Guinea and power its offshore energy logistics. The third pillar, we can say, training, maintenance, and human capital development in Nigeria. Building a ship is not enough. You must also build the ecosystem to sustain it. Turkey possesses immense educational infrastructures. We have universities and programs in our education system. So we can provide training and education for Nigerian mariners, engineers, and technicians in Turkish shipyards and in Turkish academies. The fourth pillar, we should express the flexible financing and bilateral frameworks between two countries. The maritime industry is capital intensive. Through mechanisms like Türk Exim Bank and dedicated financial tools, Turkey can structure tailored financing packages for projects in Africa, in Nigeria. Given Nigeria's rich natural resources and energy potential, public-private partnerships and similar financial models can create a true win-win environment for both Turkey and Nigeria. In conclusion, the success story Turkey wrote between maybe last 10 years, we can say, coincides perfectly with Nigeria's period of reshaping its own maritime vision. We don't view Nigeria solely as a customer. We view Nigeria as a strategic partner capable of becoming Africa's maritime hub. With the right vision, adaptable engineering, and decisive collaboration, combining Turkey's shipbuilding expertise with Nigeria's vast potential will not only boost bilateral trade, it will construct a safe and powerful maritime corridor stretching from the Atlantic to the Eastern Mediterranean. Actually, realizing this ambitious strategic synergy will require strong institutional backing. We have our Minister of Industry and Technology and also Minister of Trade, and we also have a Ship, Yacht and Services Exporters Association. We have Exporters Association in the shipbuilding industry. With these institutions and their capabilities, we can organize especially targeted trade delegations. We are providing customized Exim Bank buyer credits, some tailored incentive mechanisms, and some joint sector initiatives. Both our Exporters Union and our ministry are fully committed to providing maximum support to the industry for both Nigeria and Turkey. Thank you for your attention. I wish you all continued success in your work. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Erbil, for outlining those trade priorities. Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Daiko Horsfai, General Manager of Marine Services, representing Mr. Alhaji Umar Yusuf Gray, Acting Manager Director and Chief Executive Officer of the National Inland Waterways Authority. Mr. Horsfai, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Engineer Daiko Horsfai. I'm the General Manager of the National Inland Waterways Authority. I represent Alhaji Yusuf Gire, who is the Managing Director and is unavoidably absent and could not attend because of other important engagements. I will start by with the protocols. The opening protocols. Your Excellencies, the Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey to Nigeria, the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, the distinguished Deputy Ministers, Secretary General of D8, representative of Turkish Shipbuilding Association, officials of Nigerian Turkey Business Council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to represent the National Inland Waters Authority of the Federal Republic of Nigeria at this important forum aimed at strengthening maritime cooperation and cooperation between our two countries. I commend the Turkish Builders Association, the Nigerian Turkey Business Council, and the government of Turkey for this excellent initiative. The National Inland Waters Authority is responsible for development of Nigerian inland waterways, regulation of inland water transport, waterway infrastructure development, navigational safety, marine environmental protection, licensing and certification, promotion of inland water transportation as an alternative logistic corridor. Nigeria possesses about 30 kilometers of inland waterways, of which over 3,000 kilometers are navigable, connecting major economic centers and neighboring countries. These waterways represent one of Africa's greatest untapped transportation assets. The federal government, through the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, is implementing reforms to transform the maritime sector into a major contributor to national economic growth. Key priorities areas include modern inland water transportation, fleet renewal, local shipbuilding, marine safety enhancement, green shipping initiative, cargo movement through inland waterways, public-private partnership. NIWA is central to achieving these objectives. Current opportunities. Nigeria presents enormous opportunity for cooperation in shipbuilding and ship repairs. Area strategic collaboration, shipbuilding partnership, technology transfer, capacity building, green maritime development, investment. NIWA welcomes public-private partnership opportunities. NIWA in inland ports, ferry terminals, vessel leasing, dockyard rehabilitation, shipbuilding facilities, and dry docking services. Public-private partnership remains a key mechanism for accelerating infrastructure development. NIWA believes that this forum will lead to the following expected outcomes: government-to-government cooperation, business-to-business partnership, technology transfer agreements, joint ventures, investment commitments, maritime research collaboration, long-term institutional partnership. I have this message to the Turkish investors. Nigeria is open to business. We invite Turkish shipbuilders, investors, equipment manufacturers, financial institutions, and technology providers to partner with NIWA in developing one of Africa's largest inland water transport markets. Together, we can unlock enormous opportunities that will benefit both nations. The future of maritime development lies in cooperation. Nigeria and Turkey possesses complementary strengths that can create a sustainable partnership in shipbuilding, inland waterways development, and maritime innovation and the blue economy. On behalf of the National Inland Water Authority, I reaffirm our commitment to building enduring partnerships that promotes economic growth, technology exchange, and maritime excellence. Thank you for your attention. I'm done.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Horsfall. Now it's my distinct honor to introduce His Excellency Dr. Adegboyega Oyetola, representing the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy of the Federal Government of Nigeria. Honorable Minister, we welcome your address and strategic vision. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Good morning. Hello. Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much for this opportunity to participate in this very excellent forum. My name is Fatima Sugra Mahmoud, and I'm the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, representing the Honorable Minister, His Excellency Adeboyega Oyetola, CON, the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy. So I would like to start by conveying his warm greetings and sincere apologies for his inability to participate personally due to other pressing official engagements. He has directed me that I should participate and represent him at this excellent forum. So I would like to start with the protocols. His Excellency Mohammed Qasim Gonolu, Deputy Minister of Industry and Technology of Republic of Turkey, His Excellency Ambassador Mehmet Foroy, Ambassador of Republic of Turkey to Nigeria, His Excellency Mr. Abdullahi Madobi, Minister Counselor, Embassy of Nigeria in Turkey, senior officials of the Government of Nigeria and Turkey, the leadership of Turkey's Shipbuilders Association and the Turkey Business Council, and for the Nigeria-Turkey Business Council, heads of marine agencies, distinguished investors, and maritime industry leaders, ladies and gentlemen. I commend the Turkish Shipbuilders Association and the Nigerian-Turkey Business Council for convening this timely forum. It provides an excellent and important platform for connecting Turkey established capabilities in shipbuilding, ship repair, and marine engineering with Nigeria's growing maritime market and industrial aspirations. This engagement is particularly timely, coming after the state visit of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to the Republic of Turkey in January this year. That visit reaffirmed the cordial relationships between our countries and provided renewed impetus for cooperation in trade, investment, industry, and technology. The establishment of Nigeria-Turkey Joint Economy and Trade Committee, together with the shared aspirations to increase bilateral trade, provides an important framework for deepening economic relations. This forum offers the maritime sector an opportunity to build upon that momentum through practical and commercially sustainable partnerships between Nigeria and Turkish businesses. Nigeria is strategically positioned as a maritime gateway to Western Central Africa, with a coastline of approximately 853 kilometers and over 10,000 kilometers of inland waterways, together with strategic ports, offshore energy activities, and a large domestic market. Nigeria presents considerable opportunities for vessel construction, ship repair, marine engineering, and other related services. Under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the federal government is repositioning marine and blue economy as an important driver of economic diversification, employment, and sustainable development. Nigeria requires different categories of vessels to support coastal and inland transportation, fishing, offshore operations, port services, and maritime security. However, our interest extends beyond the purchase and delivery of completed vessels. Nigeria welcomes private sector partnerships that will attract foreign direct investments, facilitate technology and skills transfer, and accelerate the establishment of shipbuilding, ship repair, and related marine engineering capacity in Nigeria. We believe that the time is right to move from dialogue to early development of practical and commercially viable investments. We therefore invite Turkish shipbuilders and maritime companies to view Nigeria not only as a market for their products and services, but also as a strategic location for investment, production, and access to the wider African market. The African Continental Trade Area Agreement, Free Trade Area Agreement, further strengthens the commercial case for such investments. Shipbuilding and ship repair operations established in Nigeria could serve our domestic requirements while also accessing opportunities arising from the expanding African trade, and the wider regional maritime market. At the government-to-government level, we believe there is scope for closer engagement in support of private sector investment. Within existing bilateral agreements and arrangements, our respective institutions may actually explore appropriate avenues for facilitating investor engagement, strengthening business linkages, and supporting commercially viable opportunities, as the Director General has explained earlier. The role of our governments would be to encourage these engagements and help create the confidence and enabling environment required for credible private sector investments. The areas of finances, the areas of technology transfer, and also capacity building, which the director rightly pointed out, are areas that we are really interested in. As discussions proceed towards the proposed 2027 Maritime Cooperation Roadmap, I encourage stakeholders to focus on practical opportunities capable of attracting investments, creating employment, transferring technology, and establishing sustainable maritime industry capacity in Nigeria. On behalf of the Honorable Minister and the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, I welcome continued engagement between the relevant authorities, private sector stakeholders of Nigeria and Turkey, and look forward to practical investments and partnerships that will emerge from this forum. I say thank you very much for your kind attention. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and God bless the Republic of Turkey. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Over to you, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Finally, we are privileged to hear from the Director General of the Ministry of Industry and Technology of Turkey, Ms. Damla Turan, on behalf of His Excellency Muhammed Kasım Gönüllü, Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Industry and Technology of Turkey. Ms. Turan, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, moderator. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Damla Turan. I am Director General for R&D Incentives Directorate in Ministry of Industry and Technology. I am participating on behalf of our Deputy Minister, Mr. Muhammed Kasım Gönüllü. I would like to begin by conveying his sincere greetings. I am delighted and honored to be with you at this Government and Maritime Leaders Dialogue organized in cooperation between Turkey and Nigeria. We are living in a historic era marked by an unprecedented pace of technological transformation. Digitalization, artificial intelligence, sustainability, and data-driven governance have become the defining forces shaping the future of our institutions, industries, and economies. Over the years, Turkey has made remarkable progress in building a strong research, development, and innovation ecosystem. Through sustained policy support and strategic investments, we have enabled the growth of entrepreneurs and businesses capable of developing and producing advanced technologies with their own knowledge, expertise, and resources. As a result, we have significantly strengthened the country's technological capacity, industrial competitiveness, and innovation-driven economic development. Today, research, development, and innovation are among the most important drivers of sustainable growth and global competitiveness. Aware of their strategic importance, our ministry implements comprehensive policies and incentive mechanisms to encourage the production and commercialization of technological knowledge, support innovation in products and production process, increase efficiency and quality, promote technology-intensive and high value-added production, strengthen entrepreneurship and investment, and support collaborative innovation models. At the same time, we aim to attract foreign direct investment to R&D and innovation activities, particularly while expanding the pool of qualified researchers and expert professionals in the private sector. Through these efforts, we aim to further strengthen Turkey's position as a competitive, innovation-focused economy in the global market. In line with these goals, R&D and design centers are supported as the cornerstones of our national innovation ecosystem. These centers play a significant role in transforming scientific and technological knowledge into economic value, accelerating industrial innovation, and strengthening collaboration between academia and industry. Technology development zones, as we call technoparks, contribute another cornerstone of Turkey's innovation infrastructure. Functioning as dynamic innovation clusters, these zones bring together entrepreneurs, companies, universities, investors, and research institutions in a collaborative environment that accelerates economic growth and enhance international competitiveness. Their mission is to facilitate the transformation of innovative ideas into high value-added products and services, and to support their successful commercializations in both local and international markets. Furthermore, the employment of foreign professionals in these zones and R&D centers has been facilitated. In line with this vision, we continue our commitment to developing innovative ventures that enhance our nation's competitiveness while fostering strong collaboration between industry, government, academia, and entrepreneurial ecosystem. We believe that sustainable success can only be achieved through collective intelligence, mutual trust, and a shared commitment to creating value together. Through the cluster support program implemented by our ministry, we strive to bring together companies, universities, public institutions, research centers, and all other stakeholders around common goals. With the clustering approach, companies find opportunities to grow not only through their own capabilities, but also through the strength of the ecosystem. This approach strengthens supply chains and facilitates access to international markets. Ladies and gentlemen, the shipbuilding industry cluster is one of the clusters supported by our ministry. The strategic business plan included in the support represent a comprehensive roadmap designed to prepare the sector for the opportunities and challenges of the future. I believe that this organization, realized with the support of our ministry, will generate new ideas in the maritime sector, establish collaborations and strong partnerships, and create an accelerating effects for innovative projects that will enrich the ecosystems of both countries. In closing, I would like to express my sincere thanks to all stakeholders who contribute to this event. I wish you all a productive, inspiring, and successful meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. On behalf of all attendees, I extend our sincere gratitude to our ministers, directorates, and institutional leaders for setting such a clear and actionable foundation for Nigeria and Turkey maritime collaboration. I would like to also mention that this is the first event for through the DAMISES platform, which is an infrastructure equipped with integrating business-to-business matchmaking and secure messaging tools designed to seamlessly facilitate these types of international cross-border collaborations. We will now move on. We move into part one of the high-level roundtable discussion, which will focus on blue economy priorities, infrastructure, human capital, and the framework for the 2027 roadmap. I now hand the virtual floor over to our next moderator. Thank you very much.
Mr. Osora Abu Salman, you're not audible. You're not audible. We cannot hear you. Please make sure that your mic is on and you have a good connection, internet connection. Still, we cannot hear you.
Okay, is it any better now, please?
Yes, it is loud and clear at this time.
All right. Apologies. Again, my name is Osara Abdusala. I'm the Group Managing Director of Tyro Group, and I'm your moderator for this next section. I mentioned that the meeting and the discussion have started yielding some fruit. We already have people indicating interest in the fishing trawlers from Turkey. So just to say that the meeting is making some impact from here. I'm also the program director of Nigeria Turkey Business Council, and at this point, I'm anchoring on the blue economic priorities. I learned that some of our guests, expected guests, they are not available for this, but joining me right now will be the Director General, Nigeria Turkey Business Council. I want to be sure she's online. Please, can you just say something to us if you are online? Beautiful. So, is Dr. Emil also with us for now? If you are online, please, can you just indicate so that I'm sure you are online? Or I will just stay with the beautiful Ms. Uche Osoka, the Director General of NTBC. As the others come online, I will start the discussion. All right. So, Ms. Uche Osoka, you are the Director General, the engine house of Nigerian Turkey Business Council. Can you tell us what the NTBC does to promote businesses between Nigeria and Turkey?
Thank you very much, Engineer Saru. Your Excellency, Ambassador Mehmet Poray, Your Excellency, Abdullahi Madobi, distinguished and very senior government officials in the room today, our esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to join this distinguished panel at this time when both Nigeria and Turkey are seeking to develop economic cooperation in sectors that will define the future of our economies, noting the trade ambition of $5 billion between both our countries. The maritime and shipbuilding sector is undoubtedly one of those strategic sectors. The Nigeria-Turkey Business Council was established with a clear mandate to strengthen bilateral trade and investment, to facilitate business partnerships, and serve as the institutional bridge between the public and private sectors of both countries. Our responsibility is to create the connections, the confidence, and commercial opportunities that allow businesses in both countries to work together successfully. The conversations taking place today on the blue economy, maritime infrastructure, human capital development, and the roadmap roadmap to 2027 are precisely the kind of discussions that require strong business platforms to move from ideas to implementation. This forum is actually an initiative conceived and directly linked to NTBC facilitation of a maritime sector study tour in 2024 that included visits to the maritime sector institutions in Turkey, including Gizbier, our partner today, the shipyards at Gibze in Istanbul, the twin ports of Kum Port and Ambali in Istanbul, the Turkey Chamber of Shipping. And also on that trip, we were hosted by our direct counterparts, the Economic and Foreign Relations Board of Turkey, known as DEIK. NTBC and Gizbier have since that visit engaged in continuous dialogue on developing a partnership initiative to promote deeper relations and collaborations within the maritime and shipping sectors of Nigeria and Turkey. Government agreements create the framework for cooperation, but businesses create jobs, investments, technology transfer, and economic growth. Our role is simple: to ensure that the opportunities identified by government and industry are translated into concrete partnerships between Nigeria and Turkish companies. So that, in short, is who NTBC is.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you for the effort in trade facilitation between the two countries, and we have also seen in the recent times some fruits from that the trade facilitation role that your agency, your council play between these two countries. I learned Mr. Basaran Barak is on the call. Please, if you're on the call, I'd just like to say good afternoon from Turkey. Mr. Basaran is the speaker of the Chamber of Shipping, IMEC Chamber of Shipping, Turkey. So if you're on the call, we'd like for you to just give us an overview of what the IMEC Chamber of Shipping is all about, so that our distinguished guests can hear you. Mr. Basaran, please, you have the floor.
Yes, I'm trying to open. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Distinguished guests, are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Turkish Chamber of Shipping, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Basaran Bayrak. I am the chairman of Marine Chambers Assembly. Allow me to begin with a brief introduction of our chambers and then share an overview of the Turkey maritime sector and contribution to the blue economy. The Turkish Chamber of Shipping was founded in 1982 and today serves as the umbrella organization of the Turkish maritime industry under the Union of Chambers and Community Exchanges of Turkey. With its headquarters in Istanbul, 9 branches, 15 representative offices, approximately 11,000 members and 48 professional committees. Our chambers represent every segment of the maritime industry and works closely with public authorities to promote the sustainable development and competitiveness of our sector. Our vision is to support maritime transportation, facilitate professional activity, contribute to national maritime policy,
strengthen international cooperation and keep our members informed about global developments. Distinguished guests, today, logistics has become one of the most strategic sectors of the global economy. The pandemic clearly demonstrated that without efficient logistics, global trade simply cannot function. Turkey occupies a unique geostrategic position at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa. Within a 4-hour flight radius, we can access 68 countries representing approximately 1.5 billion people and a combined GDP exceeding 51 trillion US dollars. This strategic location naturally positions Turkey as a regional logistic hub. Among all transport models, maritime transport remains the backbone of international trade. Nearly 88% of global trade by volume and approximately 86% of Turkey foreign trade are carried by sea. Today, Turkish-owned shipping companies operate at a fleet more than 2,170 vessels with a capacity of approximately 51 million deadweight tons, ranking 11th in the world. This strong merchant fleet plays a vital role in supporting both our economy and international trade. Our maritime strength is further reinforced by our shipping industry. Turkey currently has 85 active shipyards. Specializing in technology advanced vessels, including tugboats, hybrid and electric ferries, fishing vessels, mega yachts, and naval ships. The success of projects such as Milgem and TGC Anadolu clearly demonstrated the technological capabilities of Turkish shipyards. Today, Turkey is among the limited numbers of countries capable of designing, building, and maintaining modern naval vessels. In commercial yacht construction, Turkey has also become one of the world's leading producers, ranking second globally within 151 ongoing super yacht projects. Equally important are our ports, which form the backbone of logistic network. Last year, Turkish ports handled approximately 553 million tons of cargo, supported by continuous investment in infrastructure modernization and new port projects that strengthen Turkey's role in international supply chains. Distinguished guests, one of the great challenges facing in our industry today is the green transformation of maritime transport. Although shipping remains the most environmentally friendly mode of transportation, the sector is ongoing and unprecedented transportation towards carbon neutrality. With the IMO 2050 net zero strategy, thousands of vessels worldwide will need to shift from conventional fuels to alternative energy sources. According to UNICEF, estimated this transformation will require hundreds of billions of dollars in investment for both shipyard and fuel infrastructure. For developing countries, this transition can only succeed through the strong cooperation between governments, international financial institutions, and the private sector. Financial incentives low interest financing and grants will be essential to accelerate investment in the shore power, alternative fuels, green ports, and environmentally friendly vessels. Distinguished guests, our industry also continues to operate under increasing geopolitical uncertainty. The Russia-Ukraine war, in some instability in the Middle East, disruption in major shipping routes, climate-related events such as Panama Canal drought and recent trade measures affecting global shipping have significantly influenced freight markets, logistic costs, and supply chain. The Turkish maritime sector closely follows the developments while continuing to adapt to changing global conditions and strengthen its resilience. Another important pillar of our blue economy is maritime tourism. Turkey's unique geographic, rich cultural heritage, and high-quality tourism infrastructure have positioned our country among the leading cruise destinations in the Mediterranean. Following to the post-pandemic recovery, cruise tourism has experienced remarkable growth. In 2025, Turkish ports welcomed more than 2.1 million cruise passengers, arriving 1,375 cruise ships, confirming Turkey's growing attractiveness as a cruise destination. Finally, I would like to underline the importance we attach to maritime education. Turkey currently has 81 maritime educational institutes serving approximately 18,650 students. Among them, Piri Reis University, established by the Turkish Chamber of Shipping Foundation, has become one of the country's leading centers of excellence in maritime education, research, and innovation. Distinguished guests, in conclusion, Turkey's maritime sector combines strategic geography, a strong merchant fleet, an internationally competitive shipbuilding industry, modern ports, growing maritime tourism, and a well-developed maritime education system. Together, these strengths support Turkey's vision of becoming a global maritime nation and a reliable partner in the international trade and supply chain. Thank you very much for your kind attention. I sincerely hope that this forum will be further strengthening cooperation and friendship between our maritime industries. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Basiran. Thank you for that very intelligent and robust presentation on behalf of the chamber. I'll come back to again because you have brought up an issue of human capital development in your presentation, which is also part of the discussion in this panel, but I'll come back to you to ask you on the framework and what your chamber is looking at 2027 towards human development. Again, I have the honor, have the privilege of having a distinguished, highly distinguished Dr. Emi Mendere Otaji. He's the first deputy president of NASIMA, the Nigerian organized organized private sector of Nigeria. Okay. Also, the chairman of Eston Nigeria Limited, is the trustee, Shipbuilders and Shipowners Association of Nigeria. It's an honor to have him right here with us on this platform. I would like to just have him greet us, and then the question I'd like to ask Dr. Mendere, from his as a private sector, from the organized private sector, and also a practitioner, what will you consider as, or what do you consider as blue economic development priorities here now between the two countries? What will you set in setting that agenda for this discussion? Thank you, sir. You have the floor.
Distinguished moderator, Mr. Osaro, I think they are not available at this time because the schedule tells that there will be a break, 5 minutes, so that right after that, the second session will include Dr. Emiji and Mustafa Insa.
Okay, apologies there. So I come back to the Director General of Nigeria-Turkey Business Council. In your earlier speech, you talked about the efforts you have made to facilitate business between the two countries. Now, we are talking about both the Turkey and the Nigerian shipbuilders and maritime businesses put together. So, how do you think this platform can benefit from your experience?
Yes. Sorry for my intrusion again. I'm Taner Sağroğlu from Damise team. I think according to the schedule, we're going to have a 10-minute break and we will convene at 15:40 Turkish time, and that is 2 hours minus Nigerian time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
If I may, just request a comfort break for the participants, and we will convene at 15:40 sharp.
Okay, that's fair enough, and that will be 1:35.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Osaro, you're online.
Okay. Oh,
Go
beautiful.
ahead, please.
Beautiful. All right. Oh, you're all welcome to this second section. Today, we continue with the conversation we started before the comfort break. Like I mentioned before, we have a very highly distinguished Nigerian, an industry practitioner. He is the first national deputy of NASIMA, the finance organized private sector platform in Nigeria. He's also the trustee of shipbuilders and Association of Nigeria. He is also the managing director of Eskom Nigeria himself. It's my pleasure and honor to have him on this platform with us today. Please, you are welcome, highly distinguished Dr. Member.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So with him also we have Professor Mustafa himself. Is the chairman of the Technical Affairs and Research and Development Committee, Turkish Builders, Chief Builders Association, WIBI, is with us today as well. So, Professor
Hello.
Mustafa, you are welcome on this panel.
Thank you very much.
All right. So we've had different conversations. We've had goodwill from our ministries, our government, both governments. We've also heard what their intentions and plans are. So for Dr. Member, I would like to find out from you, as a leader of the organized private sector and also a practitioner in this industry, what is setting agenda for the framework 2027? What do you think should be the blue economic priorities from this conversation? You have the floor, sir. Dr. Mebiro, you have the floor, sir.
Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Hearing you. Yeah, we are hearing you now,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. Thanks for having me here on this platform. And I will stand on existing protocol. Of course, previous speakers have talked a lot about the blue economy, especially as it relates to Nigeria. Obviously, there are a lot of opportunities. I will come to the 2027 roadmap in my view, and a lot of opportunities. The issues about blue economy is rested in the country, in the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, and they've raised up a 10-year plan, a roadmap for it, with a short term, medium term, and a long term, way to get things done. Well, I think in my view, it's the pillars of blue economy has been stated, but what is very key, I mean, are the main, what we call the core points are: number one, the marine transport and shipping, of course, the logistics and freight and then of course the ports and terminals and jetties, infrastructural development and fisheries. Now, over the years, it's been import ships and vessels and trawlers to Nigeria. That's been. But the Nigerian Cabotage Act law makes it such that built in Nigeria, manned in Nigeria, owned Nigerian, crewed Nigerian gives you an advantage over others. So building these things in Nigeria, and the shipbuilding industry is not very strong in Nigeria. And so there's a lot of opportunities there. So in my view, the roadmap with just those areas. Now, we can talk about, instead of purchase of the vessels, from the previous presentations and from what we know about Turkey, there is that capacity. The shipping and maritime industry is very strong, and it dates back decades and decades way back. So, which means instead of purchase, yes, purchase can come in, but getting these vessels to trade in Nigerian coastal and offshore territories will be paramount in the first instance. I will tell you, in Nigeria, incidentally, in country, most of our maritime business is offshore. It's offshore servicing the oil and gas industry, especially because 80% of our crude oil production, crude oil and gas production, is still over the waters, either in the ocean, the coastal or inland water, or the creeks. So we provide a lot of these vessels to support that aspect of the business of our economy. Unfortunately, both cruise vessels, general cargo or ro-ro ships, it's not very common. They make port calls from other countries and just go. But in terms of Nigerian flagged or Nigerian owned vessels doing those international trade, it's not very common. So as I said, number one is getting these vessels available for purchase or partnership. That's an area that Nigerian businesses can also, and Turkish businesses can do in the first instance, getting these ones under, of course, solid contracts and solid legal framework to get them to come and work, providing these services here. And then fisheries, again, that has not been very strong. We have a fishing industry. It's fair, but it's not very strong. So it will be appropriate to also look into that. And then the ports and terminals and jetties development, that is a McCoy. And back with that is the shipbuilding and ship repairs. Those two areas are the shipbuilding and ship repairs in Nigeria is not very strong. But again, reading from and hearing from what our previous speakers have told us and what we've read, that area is very, very strong in Turkey. So it would be appropriate, and I believe there are a lot of partners, because and another speaker has said, Nigeria is not just a maritime country, but it's a maritime country that is at the lower end, ready to explode, to fill up its full potentials. Because we not just service ourselves, our over 200 million people, and over 70% of them youths, highly educated, active youths, ready to work. So you see that the population is also there to do it, and then of course we support the countries, the landlocked countries north of Nigeria. So those are areas that I think in the 2027, what we should, those are called, I would see it as the low-hanging fruits, and it be a short term to just keep the ball rolling before we talk about all other things that can come in. Thank you so much at this time. Mr. Moderator,
Yeah, thank
did you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the incisive and well articulated guide to what opportunities exist in Nigeria within this space. And thank you for also harping on the newly passed the Cabotage Act. And if we heard you very clearly that investors from Turkey and other parts that are on this platform, they should consider these core areas that are like low-hanging fruit, ready to explore kind of business, the aquaculture you mentioned. And it will also interest you, Dr. Remember that I had earlier mentioned that there were people already indicating from Nigeria to partner with our Turkey partners on the aquaculture, fishing trawlers, and all of that. We're already having some inquiries in that regard. So you were spot on when you said these are low-hanging fruit, and also the shipbuilding, as it were, as well. So back to before I come back to Dr. Mendere, let me come back to Professor Mustafa, who is the chairman of the Technical Affairs and Research and Development Committee, Turkey Shipbuilders Association. Now, in the earlier presentation, there was a mention of training, human capacity development, and all of that. Prof, would you like to share your position on technology transfer and human capacity development on this platform? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon for everyone. I will share a presentation, and that will include not just the current and the future. I will look into priorities, what we do at the moment, what is the infrastructure, and the human capital and governance framework. For Turkey, we need to summarize the actual situation. Turkey is in the crossroads of the seas. There are 4 different seas, as we have been told before. But more interestingly, the Turkish maritime industry covers the whole life cycle of ships. What we mean with whole life cycle of the ships, we do shipbuilding, marine equipment manufacturing, transport, ports, not only in Turkey, also abroad, maintenance, ship recycling, fuel bunkering, maritime tourism, fisheries, and aquaculture. Now, when we have the whole this ecosystem, you can assume we are in some capacity to actually express ourselves, but in some of the subsectors, the Turkish maritime industry is quite successful. Just to summarize, there are 85 shipyards, very strong on shipbuilding, also even more strong on maintenance, and also yacht building. Quite strong on ports. As I said, there are 192 ports in Turkey, but also some ports abroad are operated by the Turkish port operators. We have the 11th largest fleet in the world, and also the 2nd largest bunkering hub in Mediterranean. So it's actually a big package of maritime. Let me go through what is this capacity so we can talk about the future. There are 85 shipyards, totaling of 4.79 million deadweight ton capacity, 8 number of ships, and 12 compensated gross tonnage, 38 floating docks, 11 dry docks, which really specifies there is a strong repair and maintenance capacity with 46 million deadweight ton capacity. It is actually the largest capacity in ship maintenance after China in the world. The Turkish-owned maritime fleet is 56 million, It's more than 2,330 ships, over 1,000 gross tonnage, more than 3,300 ships, over 100 gross tonnage. It is a little bit older than the average in the world, with the age of 22.2. Then we have ship recycling industry, which you wouldn't normally see in lots of other maritime nations. And it's actually the third in the world for the ship recycling. When we say ship recycling, we are not talking about dismantling it. We are actually talking about utilizing what is from the ship in another sector, which could be steel industry or other sectors as well. Probably the last one about the capacity is marine fuels bunkering. Istanbul is a second largest hub after Gibraltar for fueling. Now, when we talk about these, we have a number of economic priorities, which may be shared with Nigeria in future, of course. One of them is maritime decarbonization. Maritime decarbonization is one of the hot issues globally, which we need to deal in every subsectors of the maritime industry. In the shipbuilding side, I will show you some examples as well. 60% of the new building with alternative fuels, electric ships, energy efficiency equipment. We also have quite a lot of work on resilient and sustainable ports for utilizing onshore power supply for ships, energy hubs, and alternative fuel storage and bunkering. There are also support ports for offshore industry, of course. So the ports has to satisfy the support for the offshore industry. But not just for the oil industry. There is even more. We are starting to talk about offshore wind, of course, fisheries and maritime tourism. Decarbonization of the fleet is the key issue, as I said beforehand. It is related not only the ship itself, but also the fuel. As Nigeria is strong on fossil fuels, we need to consider how it can be complemented by the new renewable fuels and how electrification needs to be connected to it. On the infrastructure side, Turkey is a lot more busy on establishing an MRV platform, renewable and green fuels, as well as grid-ready shore power connection to ships. Maritime decarbonization is a process. It's not only technical, it's not only ships, it's also the environment ecosystem we generate, including the market-based measures. And as you know, global concerns on IMO's current activities of market-based measures based on GHG intensity and establishment of ETS as an alternative. The fleet incentives is an important issue for us as there is currently quite a strong renewable modernization of the fleet. Let me show you some examples of our products. When we talked about products, it can actually stimulate a number of cooperation measures. Mr. Bayrak has shown you some, but let me slightly stress on the ship types the Turkish shipyards build nowadays. The ferries are an important issue, not only as the car ferries or passenger ferries, but also the cruise vessels, and they are usually alternative fuel powered. The mega yachts is a specialty in Turkey, which we are second in the world as the production. But it's not only these pleasure vessels and passenger vessels, but there are others as well. One of the interesting types which we dominate is energy vessels. For the parts of the world without electricity, these vessels can be positioned, produce electricity from either gas or fossil fuels, produce electricity and supply the national grids where they are located. They are distributed all around the world. There are a number of them in Africa, some of them in Latin America, and also in Pacific as well. Tugboats And the offshore supply vessels, I would assume this is going to be a strong cooperation point in the future. The Turkish tugboat manufacturers, the shipyards, are strong in the world. It's probably the second or the third, but they are leaders on the new technology and innovation. The first LNG-powered escort tug, the first electric-powered tug, and first commercially operated, remotely operated tug as built in Turkey. Wind farm support vessels, offshore support vessels, they have been built for export mainly as well. Fishing vessels, when we talk about fishing vessels, we are actually talking about fishing factory vessels as well. They are also usually alternative powered. And lastly, the wind assisted ship propulsion is becoming a specialty as the world's first wind power ro-ro and wind power container ship is built in Turkey. And lots of retrofits for decarbonization and also for the environmental effects such as low sulfur installations. But the Turkish shipyards produce 60% of it with alternative fuels or electric, battery, hybrid, LNG, methanol powered, and they are state-of-the-art vessels in global shipbuilding. And 60%, more than 60% is exported. Interesting projects on decarbonization of the tugs as well as shipyards, also for the ports, of course, using the solar energy for electricity requirements. The greening of the yards is continuing at the moment with on-site renewable power or certified renewable power, electrification, low carbon steel and materials, waste, water, and circularity. When we come to human capital, Mr. Bayrak also has detailed the large education environment in Turkey on maritime issues. There are a number of universities, but also in-work process, workforce reskilling, because the upskilling of the workers is an important issue in our age. The university education or school education is not enough. You need to re-educate people almost every 10 years nowadays. The capacity building based on all these resources is enormous, of course. It's also linked with the research and development as have been described beforehand. Now, considering these, current concerns in our shipbuilding side is the new fuels, including the transition fuels, such as biofuels as a transition fuel, which we may have to consider as a cooperation in future with Nigeria, how to produce biofuels maybe, or other fuels like methanol, ammonia. Also, the ships utilizes these for energy retrofit ships as well. And lastly, we need to talk about, of course, financing. Now, considering all these issues, let me close down the share and talk a little bit more on the issue. How we can cooperate with Nigeria with our capacity described or summarized in this short time shows we are quite strong on technology development and technology application and also adaptation of technology very quickly for the purpose of user. This can be completely customized rather than a standard production line. That is the specialty of Turkish maritime industry. It can reorganize itself very quickly, either to produce or support in Turkey or abroad. There are some shipyards already in abroad, in Netherlands, Norway, and also Caribbean, for supporting the industries over there. And tailored production and services is also another specialty for Turkish maritime industry. If Nigeria is strong on offshore industry, I would assume our industrial strong force can actually help not only produce the ships and support vessels in Turkey, but also Nigeria. So this could be a quite good cooperation line. And as I said, the Turkish shipbuilders are already experienced on this issue. I think that's my brief. I'll be happy to have any questions or discussions, Osaro, Mr. Osaro.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prof. It was such a great lecture, and to hear from you, it was also detailed, well detailed. I believe that the guests on this platform, they have been informed and educated. Now, just to kind of close the session, I would have loved to engage you more, Prof. and Dr. Membere, but for time's sake, all right, we'll draw the curtain on this particular session now. But this is the takeaway from this particular session. Turkey is ready with the technology, is ready with
also services.
With the experiences and the resources as well. And Nigeria is ready with very, very underserved market. So providing huge market, all right, providing sectors. And they are also very important and vetted businessmen that are ready to also take on partnership besides the government with Turkey shipbuilders and operators. Now, that stage is what we have established. That platform is what we have established on this discussion today. And to further that discussion, this is where the Nigeria-Turkey Business Council comes in to further match this technology resources from Turkey's side with a market, the right partnership in Nigeria, and so that we can have execution. So we hope to see more of signed partnerships in the nearest future after this session and discussion. Again, thank you, Prof, for spending time with us. Dr. Membere, it was a blessing to have you here talking about the opportunities that exist in the maritime sector, also being a practitioner yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite our esteemed chairman of the NTBC now, if I'm correct, please, or the co-moderators can correct me so that they can make their closing remarks as well. Chairman Barrister, okay, yes, sir.
Well, I was trying to put on my video. I don't know what happened. On behalf of the Nigerian Turkey Business Council and Gisbe,
You are live now. Your video is live, sir. Your volume, sir. Your audio.
I think I'm on now.
Yes,
So on behalf
Mr.
of
Dele Calvin, you are
Okay,
online right now. We can hear you.
well, distinguished panelists, esteemed delegates, and representatives of the government of Turkey and Nigeria, the industry, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring this high-level roundtable discussion to a close, allow me to express Nigerian Turkey Business Council sincere appreciation to our distinguished speakers for their insightful contributions and their unwavering commitment to advancing Nigerian Turkey maritime cooperation. Today's discussions have reaffirmed an important reality. The future of our maritime partnership lies not merely in our shared aspirations, but in our collective resolve to transform those aspirations into tangible outcomes. We have explored the immense opportunities within the blue economy, examined the imperative of modern maritime infrastructure, emphasized the critical role of human capital development, and laid the foundation for practical roadmap towards 2027. What has become abundantly clear is that Nigeria and Turkey possesses complementary strengths. Turkey brings decades of industrial expertise, technological innovation, and maritime excellence, while Nigeria offers strategic market opportunities, abundant natural resources, a dynamic private sector, and a growing blue economy that is ready for investment and partnership. And for you to know, the Nigerian market has not bestowed you. We're not just a country, we're also a hub for the West African sub-region. Also under the African Continental Free Trade, we'll be offering you to the entire African market at a reduced price if you enter through Nigeria. So for Nigeria Turkey Business Council, this is precisely where our mandate begins. We'll remain committed to serving as a bridge between the businesses, institutions, and governments, facilitating strategic partnerships, promoting investment, supporting business-to-business engagements, and ensuring that the conversations we have initiated today mature into commercially viable projects and long-standing relationships. I therefore encourage every stakeholder present to maintain the momentum created here today. Let us continue to engage, collaborate, and innovate with a shared vision of positioning Nigeria and Turkey as trusted maritime partners and strategic economic allies. On behalf of Nigeria and Turkey Business Council, I extend my profound appreciation to GISBE, our government partners, industry leaders, and every participant whose presence and contributions have enriched this important dialogue. Thank you for your participation, and I wish you fruitful engagements throughout the remainder of the forum. Thank you very much. And God bless the Federal Republic of Turkey and that of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, esteemed Chairman. We would like to bring the Vice President, there. Please, you have the floor now, Madam.
Thank you. Distinguished representatives of the governments of Nigeria and Turkey, honorable ambassadors, dear colleagues, and ladies and gentlemen. As we come to the end of today's program, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of our distinguished speakers and participants for their valuable contributions. Today's discussions clearly demonstrated that the maritime relationship between Nigeria and Turkey is entering a new stage. Throughout the day, we have heard valuable perspectives from government representatives, diplomatic missions, maritime authorities, industry leaders, and professional organizations. Although each speaker addressed different topics, one common message stood out clearly. Cooperation creates opportunities, and strong partnerships create lasting value. The maritime sector has always connected nations. Today, it also connects economies, innovation, sustainability, and people. By bringing together Nigeria's growing maritime ambitions and Turkey's shipbuilding experience, engineering capabilities, and industrial infrastructure, we have an opportunity to develop partnerships that deliver practical and long-term benefits for both countries. However, successful cooperation is not built through meetings alone. It requires continuous dialogue, mutual trust, and concrete projects. We believe that today's discussions should become tomorrow's business partnerships, technical cooperation, and investment opportunities, and knowledge-sharing initiatives. At GISBE, we are fully committed to supporting this process. As the representative association of the Turkish shipbuilding industry, we are ready to facilitate communication between Nigerian stakeholders and Turkish shipyards, equipment manufacturers, and maritime companies. We also believe that the cooperation should extend beyond commercial activities. Education, vocational training, research, innovation, digitalization, and green transformation are becoming increasingly important for the future of the global maritime industry. These are the areas where our institutions can learn from each other and work together. The Shipbuilding Industries Clustering Project reflects this vision, and by bringing together industry, universities, and technology organizations to strengthen the innovation and competitiveness, we believe that experiences gained through such initiatives can also contribute to the future international partnerships. The relationship between GISPER and our Nigerian friends has already developed through previous meetings and delegation visits. Those exchanges created mutual understanding and opened new channels of communication. We sincerely hope that this forum will take those relations one step further and lead to tangible projects in the years ahead. Before I conclude, I would also like to remind everyone that our journey does not end here yet. The Nigerian Turkey Shipbuilding and Maritime Showcase and Forum will continue with two more important events. On the 13th of July, we will focus on building future partnerships, maritime shipbuilding services, where Turkish and Nigerian industry representatives will discuss infrastructure, fleet renewal, and practical business cooperation. Then on 5th of August, our discussions will continue with sessions dedicated to maritime financing, investment opportunities, skills development, and workforce capacity, bringing together financial institutions, universities, and leading maritime organizations from both our countries. In addition, the Damise digital platform will host company and product showcases from our cluster member companies through the virtual exhibition and product launch areas. The platform will remain accessible via GISPER website until the end of the year. Our member companies present themselves and their products in English, French, and Turkish, and we strongly encourage you to explore that platform. Furthermore, thanks to the platform's integrated B2B infrastructure, Turkish shipyards and marine equipment manufacturers will have the opportunity to meet directly with the Nigeria's decision makers through one-to-one business meetings. These B2B networking sessions will be available from 30 July and 5th of August, enabling participants to establish new business connections and explore potential cooperation opportunities. I sincerely encourage all participants to continue taking part in upcoming events. I believe that they will provide the valuable and opportunities to exchange ideas, establish new partnerships, and transform today's dialogue into concrete projects. Once again, thank you for your participation, your valuable contributions, and your commitment to strengthening the maritime cooperation between Nigeria and Turkey. I wish you all a successful continuation of the forum, and I look forward to seeing you again at our upcoming events. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And everyone have a great day.